Hi and hello my dear friends. Welcome to VHS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about problem solving. What is problem solving and why I brought this topic? You are going to know. As you know, in last lecture we have discussed about how to create a safety report. And focusing on that only I have brought this topic on problem solving. As you know my friends, in every job you will come across lot of problems. And for that problems you will come for a solution. It is called as problem solving. But what happens? We will lack the problem solving skills. Due to that, we'll come across a poor solution for our problems. But after this lecture, you are going to know what is the process that we can use in problem solving and why it is important. In EHS field, you'll come across lot of problems and you have to come a good solution for that because there are lots of life dependent on you. Okay, before starting the lecture, I am your Sharat Shetty and please subscribe our channel. Before starting the lecture, I will come across one quote from Albert Einstein. It's not that I am so smart, it's just that I stay with the problems longer. What we are going to discuss today, what we are going to know in this video: first we are going to know what is a problem, second what is problem solving, third skills to be used in problem solving, and fourth stages of problem, fifth steps for problem solving and solutions, and lastly we will go through a case study, a classical case study which will make you understand how a problem is been solved, what are the methods that are used in this problem solving, and it will be a very good example for the case study. What is problem? Let's go for a definition. A matter or a situation regarded as unwelcomed or harmful and needed to be dealt with and overcome. What it means: focus on unwanted and harmful. For example, if I give you, you are going to your native home in a bike and you are going on night, you are traveling in night and you are going in bicycle in your bike, okay, and you are going and suddenly your bike stops because due to some technical problems. Okay, it is called as problem. It is an unwelcomed event and you are in the center of the place where nobody is there. It is also one of the harmful process. Okay, it is called as problem. It is an unwanted and harmful needs. Okay, and the second definition is the enquiry starting from a given condition of investigate or demonstrating of the fact, results or law. This is one of the definition. Okay, don't focus on that, focus on the first definition. It will give you a clear understanding of what is problem. I think you have understand what is the problem. Everyone have came through lots of problems and they may have their own method of understanding it. Let's go to our second slide. Why saying no problem at work can be a problem? Nobody can say that he have not come through a problem in his job or in his career. Every persons have their own problems in their jobs as well as in their personal life also. But how to solve a problem is a unique method which you are going to understand. What is problem solving? Let's go through a definition. A systematic approach to defining the problem, questions or situations that presents uncertainty or difficulties. Let's understand this paragraph first. A systematic approach of defining a problem. If you have a basic knowledge of computers, you know that when a data is being processed, it comes through a algorithm formula. It comes from an input and it goes to a data collection, and algorithm will decide how a data is going to process and it will produce a output. Like that only we will in every problems there is one method by which we will going to solve it. It is a step by step method, and in next slide we will see 6 methods by which we are going to solve a problem. Okay, it's a step by step method. You have to understand the problem, you have to divide them by step, and you have to come through a solution, and then you have to plan your solution of the problem. Cautionary or a situation that present uncertainty or difficulties, that same what we seen in that last slide. And certainly a vast number of possible solution without judging their solutions. What happens when we come across a problem? We just understand our top events. For example, my financial condition is not good and I have a job. We come to a conclusion that our job, our salary is not enough for that, but it is a top event. Base event is that what is our expenses, how we are expanding our income, and where we are investing it. It is also one major thing, basic thing. Okay, we don't come across that. We only blame the job. Salary is not good, salary is not good. It is a top event, but the base event is very important. Okay, and this is a quote from M. Scott Peck. Problems call forth our courage and our wisdom. Indeed, they create our courage and wisdom. It is only because of the problems that we grow mentally and spiritually. See, problems will make us upgraded. Every time you face a problem, you will improve your skills, you will improve your understanding of the world, you will improve your job status, everything. So problem is very important in everybody's life. This quote is also saying that only. Stages of problem. There are three major stages of problem: preliminary stage, developing stage, and fully developed stage. Preliminary stage is those stage where the problem is just been created, where it is just a minor thing, where you can easily tackle that. Second will be a developing stage, where it is not mostly fully developed, but it can be tackled more easier than fully developed. Okay, last one is fully developed, where you have a big problem. For example, in school days, when our teacher give our homeworks, no, what we think we will write our homework after evening, after lunch, we'll just extend our time for completing the homework. But what happens at last, when you go tomorrow, it will be a big problem. First it will be a preliminary, then it will develop, and it will become a fully developed. Okay, it is one simple example I am giving you. Next we'll go skills to be used in problem solving. These are the 5 major skills what I discussed. It is a step by step process. You have to understand the problem. How you are going to understand the problem is, first one, making a judgment. Second is analytic skills. Third is collecting information. Fourth is decision making, and fifth is planning. Okay, what is making judgment? If you come across a problem, what we do, we will have a judgment on that based on the analytic skills. First we have to analyze the problem. Why this problem has been created? What is the character of this problem? How we will analyze the skill? First we have to collect the data. Collecting the information is very important. You have to collect the information from the base. Okay, why this problem has been created? Okay, and another one is decision making. After this 3 analyzation, we will come across the decision making. After you know what is the source of the problem, why this problem occurred, what can I do for this, then only you can make a decision. Without that, the decision making will be not be proper. And next will be the last will be the planning, how to solve this problem. Okay, brainstorming. In our company where I work, we come across lots of problems. Okay, first what we do, we will make a committee and tell them to collect the data why this problem has occurred. Then they will come and give us the report on that, and after the report we will have a analysis on that. We will have what is the reason, why, how, where. Okay, then we will have a brainstorming session where people will discuss the solution for that, which will be the after brainstorming we come across lot of solutions from the individuals, and one of the best solutions we will implement. Okay, it is called as brainstorming. In this only, the final stage will be planning. We will prepare a last report where we will give a plan for our committee, that so this problem can be tackled by these solutions. Okay, and what will be the success rate of this? Everything will be analytic, everything can be mathematically drawn. Okay, this is one of the problem solving 5 major skills. Okay, I think you have understood these 5 major points. In examples, you will truly fully understand what are the major points. Let's go to a case study. Okay, I will give you one classic case study. Okay, one of the basic case study also will go, and another one will be a classic case study. Okay, a basic case study comes from my own company where I am working. I am in a construction industry where we had a problem of stacking of HVAC ducts. What happened, we have a lot of vendors, we are doing a real estate project. Whenever we visit our site, there will be a problem of stacking of ducts. It will be scattered everywhere. Okay, due to the scattering of that, there will be a lot of trip hazard. HVAC duct will be very big, small parts will be there, big parts will be also be present in there. What happened, we asked the HVAC vendor that why this problem is been arrived, what is the solution for this. He told, sir, we will keep our duct properly stacked, but after sometimes it will just been scattered from by the workers or another vendors. So what we did, we appointed two peoples, one from EHS, one from engineering. What we asked them to go and see why this problem has been arrived. They came from three points, that the duct where they are keeping is not properly stacked according to the size and the numbers. Third is, other vendors are scattering the ducts because they want to work there. And final one is, uneducation means the training is not been properly provided to the workers. These 3 points they came and given to us. So what we did, we made a 7 days plan. Means weekly 7 days we will allot one particular space for the ducts where no other vendors can go and work. It will be discussed through each and every one, and the space will be allotted for them. And next what we did, we just numbered every duct according to their size, and we stacked them and properly barricaded them, and trained the workers how to remove one duct from the stacking without scattering the proper fully duct. Okay, by this what happened, we saw that the scattering of the duct was reduced very instantly. And we did 1 week of analysis, and we come across this problem. Okay, and this was one simple example of. Okay, now let's go to a classic example. In 2004, in Japan, as you know, in Asia it's a developed nation. It's the first developed nation in Asia. It was having a problem of energy crisis. What is energy crisis? When the consumption of the power is less than the production is called as energy crisis. So it was the major problem for the Japan, and Japanese government was majorly concerned about this problem. What happened? And now let's have another example. So this example is very important. Just absorb, concentrate on this example. This is our last few minutes of this session. Okay, in Japan, what happened in 2004, there was an energy crisis. What do you mean by energy crisis? Energy crisis is a situation when the consumption of the energy is less than your consumption of the energy is more than your production. The basic definition of energy crisis: when your consumption capacity have increased and your production is decreased, is called as energy crisis. As you know, Japan is some of the few countries in Asia which have developed, and this was a major setback for Japanese government. It have imposed billions of dollar losses for them, because if a developed nation have an energy crisis in the industries or in the companies, if the power goes for few minutes also, it will impose a huge economical loss. So it was one of the major setback for the government of Japan. So what they did, they imported the energy from other countries like Philippines, South Korea, China. But the major thing was that if any war-like situation happens, and if the other countries cut off their energy, the Japan will be entirely blank, and a blank enemy can be easily defeated. So Japanese people wanted a immediate solution for this. How can we solve this problem? So Japanese government made a committee and told them, go to the root of the problem, why this problem is arising. Because Japan was the second highest consumer of energy in the world. We are the second highest consumer of energy in the world after America, and we want to know why. What is the reason behind this? Now the committee understood the problem. They know there is an energy crisis, but they don't know why it's happening. Where is the loophole of that? So they made a basic research. They gone to the bottom of the line, and they came through one major point in that: the uniform culture of Japan. Okay, Japanese peoples, what they do, wherever they work, in office, in industries, wherever, their culture of uniform, they want to wear the uniform wherever they go. In offices, financial hub, in IT companies, in industrial area, in industries, they want to wear the uniforms like suit, tie, jacket, everything. So what happened in offices, due to their dressing culture, the body temperature was means it will be rising. As you know, we come across a point from thermal discomfort. It is one of the topic in NIBOSH IGC, NIBOSH IDIP. Thermal comfort, as you know, how to manage your body temperature. So what happened in offices, they will maintain the temperature between 22 degrees Celsius. So it was consuming very high energy to do that. In every offices in Japan, Tokyo, everywhere, the temperature of the offices will be between 22 to 23 degrees Celsius. So it was consuming very lot of energy to maintain this temperature. So government of Japan then understood the problem. What is the problem of this? And they came across a solution, a simple solution. But when the committee was asked to give a solution before having an analysis, they told that, sir, let's have a nuclear plants, let's have a wind energy, let's produce electricity from ocean. So it was taking huge money, and it was having a long term, it should have 10 years plan. But when Japanese did a research on that and they came across the base of the problem, they understood the problem and they recognized a simplest solution. They told, let's have a summer dresses in offices. Let's have a summer dress. It's the easiest solution. How can you imagine that they were having a billions of dollar loss and they came across a solution that let's have a summer dresses in offices, so that we can increase our room temperature from 22 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. You may think that it is a small difference. What will be the major difference in that? But due to the difference in the temperature, the energy can be reduced. The consumption of the energy truly reduced. It reduced to 30%. And the power crisis became nil in that. Okay, the consumption of the power was fully reduced due to that. They made a campaign known as Cool Biz in Japan. Super Cool Biz is an attempt by the Japanese government to convert energy in a part by having government offices and private compartments set the air conditioner to 28 degrees Celsius. This was a huge campaign in Japan. Every person in Japan started to wear summer dresses. Even the president of Japan wear summer dresses in their offices. So what happened? Immediately the room temperature started to rise, and the dependency on HVAC reduced due to that, and automatically the consumption of the energy reduced. Now you can imagine how they found the solution. Very simplest solution. They no need to have a technical solution, no need to have a huge economical solutions. They came across through a simple solution by just wearing a summer uniforms, summer dresses in their offices. This solved the problem in Japan. Okay, this is one of the simple examples that I can give, and you can understand how the problem can be solved, where to go, how we can think about the solution of the problem. If we go to the bottom of the problem, the solutions can be more easier than what we think of the top level problems. Okay, and after this you can go to this blog and you can see how the Japan tackled this problem. It is a very interesting one. Okay, and by this I think you have understood this lecture, and I will thank you, and bye, take care.